I decided to make video too while I was feeling it here. Because quite frankly, I'm drinking wine because I've run out of beer. Yes, even a man with a 4-tap keezer can run out of beer. This video is going to be about insulation. We all know insulation's important. But first, a word from our sponsors about organization. As you can see, organization is paramount. Yes, my basement is quite disorganized. I'm in the process of building a workbench. I've got everything everywhere. Yeah, it's a fucking disaster. But, you know what's not a fucking disaster? How I insulated this keezer. So, I just had some rigid 2-inch polystyrene foam board. Once I got that collar on and had it set into place, I went about cutting insulation, and obviously I had to cut it on an angle here and cut a little indent to accommodate the lid itself. Your lid may be different. You know, you'll have to do whatever it takes to get that lid to close and mate perfectly to the to not only the collar but to the insulation as well. And that insulation's just stuck on there with some adhesive. I don't think I used the same marine adhesive that I did, but you could use that same adhesive. I think I used like a silicone adhesive to stick this on. And then like where my wires poked through, I used a silicone to seal that up. But you want to get that insulation on there onto the collar so that you can retain the cold. Obviously, this is what insulation is for. Before you do your wiring, before you do all of that stuff. But you want to, let's see if I can get a shot of this. You want to accommodate your cutouts, like where your temperature controller is. So you'll have to accommodate that. I attached a board here on the back side of the insulation so that I had something nice and solid to, once I put my shanks through for the taps, I had something nice and solid to tighten these nuts against. So that may be a consideration as you go forward with this. But you'll want to get that insulation on there, stuck in place, all sealed up. Use silicone if you have to in some of the holes or the cracks. I think I use silicone in the back side of this, even though you can't really see it here. It's all kind of sealed up nicely. So insulation's important. This thing's been pretty efficient. It doesn't kick on too often, and I think that's kind of a testament to the insulation that I put on the inside of the collar. And of course, it took a little while to kind of make sure that you know, when I close the lid, it mates up perfectly to what I did. All right, so there's insulation. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, motherfuckers, for the next video, which will be about wiring. We'll talk about wiring up this temperature controller and this, oh boy, this box around the back so that your temperature controller controls when the freezer kicks on and off. We'll talk about that. All right. Yeah, only 3 taps on there right now. But you can see there's a hole for a 4th one. And there's a hole that I fucked up real hard for a 5th one. Yeah, you're going to want to know all about that. Oh, yeah.